that I know y'all feet may be hurting. She got on her stilettos and her Christian Louboutins. I didn't know Boost Academy was living like that. I need to come back to Boost, don't I want to, oh Lord, that's the devil working. I want to tell y'all a personal secret. I hate peanut butter. I really hate peanut butter. I despise peanut butter, but I like jelly. I really like jelly. Anybody like jelly? No? No? I like jelly sandwiches. And I recently realized that peanut butter and jelly, they go better together. And it tastes so good. And let me tell you something else that I hate. I hate movies without a jacket. I hate when people come to the movies with me and don't bring a jacket because the movie's always cold. So why you came and didn't bring a jacket? So I've recently realized that movies and bringing a jacket, you know what? They go better together. I know you all know this story. I love crab. I love crab and I love some peas and rice. But you know what? Crab and peas and rice, they go what? Better together. Listen, and one more thing, because I have to get this before I tell you all something else. I had 2 teeth in my mouth one time. No teeth. All this was gone. One was over here, one was over here. But you know what would have happened with those 2 teeth? They would have looked better together. And I think about your theme, milestones and memories. A milestone by itself is okay. You know, but if you don't have the memory to back up the milestone, it won't work. And so when I think about milestones and memories, they are actually better together. I want to get to the crux of the climax. I'm going to pull up like 20 black Suburbans. We pull up like what? Sunday service. I know you know the song. She's smiling over here. I want to encourage you today. I've been with you, sir, and I understand what it's like to go through this service. So I'm going to get out of your way quickly. The first point is stay consistent. They always tell you about purpose. I know you know your purpose or you're discovering your purpose, so I won't waste your time telling you about that. I know you know who God is because he's evident in your life today. You're sitting here, so that is a purposeful evidence that you know God. So stay consistent. What is consistency look like, folks? Consistency is like the hamster that gets on the treadmill. And he's running, he's trying to get that food that is placed before him, and he continues running. But there's 2 types of consistency. There's a comfortable consistency and there's an uncomfortable consistency. Now I will tell you that the uncomfortable one is what yields results. It's all about what you would like to do. You understand that the hamster continues to run on this treadmill. And he runs, and another hamster comes by one day and say, hey, what's going on? And the hamster looks at him and says, no, why are you so fat? He said, well, I stepped off the treadmill. He said, but how you getting the food if you're not on the treadmill? He said, well, I got uncomfortable and I stayed consistent. So all I'm trying to tell you is to get off that treadmill. Get uncomfortable. Stay consistent because consistency will yield results. It reminds me of a coworker I had one time. We were up for a promotion rather. And this other guy that was working in the office, he's like, man, I'm up for this promotion. I think I'm going to get it. The other guy says, no, I'm staying late. I'm doing the work. I promise you, I'm going to get the promotion. The other guy comes, the day comes for the promotion, y'all. Guess who got the promotion? That one who did not stay late. He didn't stay late, but he was consistent in his efforts towards the goal. And so consistency breeds results. Let's move on because I don't want to bore you. I understand how it is. Organize well. That's simple. That is quite simple. It takes discipline to be effective. Discipline looks like this. Discipline is waking up at 5 a.m. to be somewhere for 6 a.m. when you know you only have 30 minutes to get there. That is discipline. Organize your life in a way whereas when you get to where you're going, it is evident that it wasn't by happenstance. Make sure that your days are not hectic. Make sure that when you wake up, you control your days. And what I mean by that is do not let people come into your life and say, hey, listen, Chris, I need you to do. No, that's not on my schedule today. Okay, that is very important because you will understand that, in life, there will be people that pull you left, right, and center. But if you are organized, there is a way to go about that. I want to tell you about purposeful planning power to execute organization. Organization is, for me, a core principle. Here's why. When you're organized, people can deter you, yes, that's one, but when you're organized, results are guaranteed to happen. Why you say that, McKelton? Well, let me tell you about me. I left Kingsway Academy in 2016. I went over to Atlanta, Georgia, where I thought I would be organized, where I thought I would stay consistent. I told you about this. I want to let you into my life for a little bit. Be friends, right? Be cool? Be cool? No? Okay. All right. Yeah, we ain't cool. If we ain't cool, but I want to let you into my life. I left there, I went to left Kingsway, went to Atlanta, had to return to the Bahamas, and for me, at that time, it was a humiliating situation. Very humiliating, got kicked out of the house for reasons I'm told. If you want to find it, I'll tell you later. I wasn't a bad boy. I promise y'all, I was not bad. Came home, went to Boost Academy. Best thing that ever happened to me. And let me tell you why. It was unconventional how you learn at Boost Academy. Our education system in the Bahamas is not made to allow you to succeed to the level that you are and your potential. Here's why I say that. In your traditional educational system, you sit in a row, just as we are today. In Boost Academy, you might sit in that row, but you get a chance to expand out of that room. Your thinking is out of the box. You read books like The 48 Laws of Power. Nobody is reading them in school. You know and you are equipped with information that is more aligned to your purpose than any other generation. And that's something you ought to clap your hands for and be proud of. Good, now that I've finished my introduction, I can tell you what I really want to tell you. Network, David, that's all I really came to tell you, just network. That's all life is, just network. They say friends are better than money any day. Is that what they say? Yes. They also say network is your net what? Oh. Network is your net what? I know it's 6 o'clock and y'all won't be by the phone shaking your leg. I'll join y'all there in a second too, but let's celebrate them and then we'll get out of the place. I would like to word it like this. Your network is your network. That's cool, but I would like to say limit your network. If you limited your network, it would lead to limited opportunity, which would lead to a lackadaisical lifestyle. So I suggest that you expand your network, because if you expanded your network, it would expand your opportunity, which would expand your lifestyle. And I know Young Miami says 20, 50s, 100s cash, you better spend it. Thank you. Yeah, I know you see me on the same page. But network is your network, yes. And as I get ready to take my seat, I'm going to end with this. You won't elevate it yourself until these are executed. Yes, I understand that milestones and memories to go together. And I started to tell you about a story. But what I didn't tell you is when I graduated Kingsway, or when I left Kingsway rather, my GPA wasn't where it was supposed to be. When I came to Boost Academy, I had fun. I did the things I needed to do. I didn't do overly well. I didn't do exceptionally well. I met the minimum. I was depressed at the time. I'll tell you, I'll be honest to say, I'll be the first to say I was depressed. My parents are there, you can ask them. I won't lie to you. And I asked God, I said, now God, you know, you said you're a healer, you said you're a provider, you said you would do all these things, but why is it I'm in the crux of the climax and I can't get up? He said, well, McKelton, maybe you're not disciplined enough for it yet. Maybe you're not organized enough for it yet. Maybe you're not consistent enough for it yet. So I said to myself, well, God, I feel like I wake up every day and go to school. What more you need? He says to me, you have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to also step forward boldly. Have fun whilst doing and executing your purpose. I remember my godparents, y'all. Imagine your godparents say to you, Kelton, you will not go to college. You can imagine that? Someone said, you won't go to college. In fact, you won't even graduate high school with the GPA that you need to get a job. Let me tell you something. If you stick with God, if you get consistent, if you get organized, I went to college, y'all. I went to our school in the rural South. It's called Huntsville, Alabama. I went to a school called Alabama Agricultural and Mechanical University. I networked a little bit. I got 2 friends back there. We all have full-time jobs. I graduated. I won't say the top of my class, but listen, I was in summa cum laude. I was in magna cum laude. I was, thank you, Lordy. I was just glad to be in the number because, see, they didn't understand my story. And you're sitting here and they're like, well, What is this small school boost academy? Well, I'll tell you what this small boost academy can provide. Boost Academy can provide someone that is now sitting on a board that I told someone yesterday holds about 300,000 members, and I'm one of the youngest to do it, the first behavior to do that. Boost Academy will provide someone that has created a nonprofit that gives back to men just like me who experience, and like yourself, young people, experience what I went through. Boost Academy can produce the next leaders of this country. So don't diminish yourself. Don't diminish what you've been through. Think about organization. Think about your networking. Stay consistent day by day. It's like that rat and that hamster I told you about at the beginning of the story. Don't stay on the treadmill. Don't stay on the rat race of life. Step off. Get uncomfortable, because I can assure you, if you do it, you know, that milestone that you were talking about, I just told you about a memory. It's like that peanut butter and jelly that I hate, that movies and the jacket. If you don't bring it with me to the movies, I promise you I'm going to be real mad. And it's like those two teeth in your mouth. I hope you don't lose it no more. They are better together. Thank you.